Cards or Die, I started when I left teaching. I'd already come up with the idea and done all the research and stuff, but I actually started the business after I left full-time teaching. So the idea behind the business was simply to bring people together with board games, like get people playing together, get them off their phones, get them engaging with one another and connecting. That's the core of it, and then everything I do kind of links to that. So I do events at pubs and cafes where I basically take a load of board games along and I teach them and I recommend games and I introduce people to different games. And so I do that at all sorts of events. So I've done weddings, I've done festivals, which is really good fun, done like old age pensioners groups, I've done mental health meetups, I've done all sorts of different groups of people basically.
I saw some posts that you did about a wedding that you did recently. That looked pretty fun. I mean, is that something that fills the gap between, you know, the ceremony and the dinner? There's that awkward time, isn't there?
Yeah, that weird like Twilight Zone time, isn't it, where no one's quite sure what they're meant to be doing. And also like sometimes at weddings there's that bit, isn't there, where there's like formal photographs, so people are being called in and out of photographs, and there's an awful lot of hanging around actually. So I've done it different ways. It was parents really who were kind of like, what have you got in this bag? And I was like, I am just getting them out. It's like, just give me a minute.
They're desperate to
have you got
entertain
this?
their children.
Yeah, because of that wait, because they were stuck in that bit in the middle where they'd been there all day. The evening do hadn't started. It was starting at 7, which was why I was supposed to be there for 7. But they were so kind of keen to have something to do. And it was lovely actually, because as soon as you kind of get, and it's the same with any event, you get people set up and then it's, you know, you can move around and chat to different people and get people playing different things. So it was really good. But yeah, they were kind of chomping at the bit really, and I was supposed to be there for the evening, do you know what I mean? Because it's quite good as well if you've got a mix of ages, because not everybody wants to dance all night, do they? You know, some people quite like sitting down, having a chat, maybe having a bit of something to do, you know, playing a game together.
Yeah, sociable.
It is a sociable.
It gives, I suppose, a group of strangers in a way something to talk about and concentrate on without it being awkward.
Yeah, definitely. And it also gets you mixing with other tables.
Losing games on purpose. Now, I'm pretty sure I've done it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I wrote a blog post on it a while ago, actually, because I think it's really interesting, the idea of losing deliberately. And I think particularly with children, and sometimes people have a very strong opinion that you should never let a child win because that's pandering to them. But actually, I've always felt that you should let them win a bit. I don't think you should let children win all the time, every game they ever play, because I don't think that's good. But I think equally, if you're too competitive with them and they never win, because obviously you're an adult and you're more experienced than them, I feel like people are passionate about the fact that you shouldn't let children win. I wonder if they had a running race with their child, would they kind of sprint off while the child's like running, you know, trying to keep up, or would they see that differently? Like, because to me, it's not fair. Someone asked for me to bring it to an event, because I don't even bring it to events really, just because
long game.
It's too fraught. So anyway, I got called over, even though they'd requested I brought the game. I got called over because they were arguing, and she'd basically bought all of the houses, so there were no more houses left. And my instinct was, oh no, that's not fair, you're going to have to buy a hotel. And she was like, I don't have to buy a hotel, you can't make me buy a hotel. And I was like, and a mate was like, I can, you definitely need to buy a hotel. And I was a bit like, oh, I think you should buy a hotel. She was like, no, it's legitimate. And it is legitimate. She'd monopolised
hotels.
I'm always like fixated on getting hotels, but actually,
I would never. But I would never do that. I think that's cruel for everybody else.
It just seems mean. But the whole game, isn't it? That's the problem. That's the
whole game is mean.